Welcome inside the Schollmeyer Arena here on the TCU campus as we get set for the final game in the Fight in the Fort. Tonight, it's a matchup between the TCU Horned Frogs and the UCLA Bruins. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chuck Lamondola along with Katie Carter here courtside at Schollmeyer Arena for this final game of this Fight in the Fort here 2024 version. And so far, we've been treated to some good matches.
That's right, but you know, right now is the grand finale match of the tournament with the Bruins and the Horned Frogs facing off, both teams looking to just solidify a national ranking. TCU holding on to the ranking that they have right now at 25. And UCLA looking to get right back in there. They started the season ranked. Let's see how they can finish tonight. Let's
take a look at how both of these two teams got here through the first couple of days of the tournament.
So TCU, led by Melanie Parra offensively, they really kept their opponents with some high errors. They kept their attack errors on the lower end. They could be a little bit better than that. The service errors is what needs to show some improvement, I think, coming into this match. But definitely keeping that offense alive, getting the ball to Melanie Parra. And for UCLA, it's kind of the same thing. So eliminating those service errors, you know, actually talking to Coach Ref before the match, just saying, yep, serving tough, passing very well. They want to get the ball to their star middle Dodson, and they want to run their offense as well. So I really expect at least a 4-set match here tonight.
We take a look at UCLA head coach Alfie Reft is in his second year as the leader of the Bruins. He was the 2024 assistant coach of the U.S. national team. He's got some Big Ten experience, which is part of the reason UCLA kind of hired him as they've made the transition into the Big Ten.
Well, and also, I feel like we've talked about culture a lot with coaches kind of new to a program. So being in his second year, he spoke to me just about, hey, we want these athletes to enjoy being at UCLA, playing in a great environment here. So he's like, I'm really just working on that right now. I want everyone to have a good time. I want everyone to have a great experience.
On the other side for the Horned Frogs, you get a good look here at head coach Jason Williams, his third season. He's done an amazing job with TCU. 2 years in a row, they've been to the NCAA tournament. They've won games in the first round. He's looking to go deeper, obviously, this year.
Oh, absolutely. He's turned this program completely around, and we'll see some of that tonight, I'm sure, most of the match.
Backside set, that time for Anna Dodson. There's Melanie Parra. She goes down the line for the first kill of the match. And Melanie Parra has done all that has been asked of her this year, and it's fitting that she picks up the first point of the match.
And that's the National Player of the Week right there. We will see lots of her throughout the match and all the different, tools she has in her bag offensively.
She's got 41 kills now here in the Fight in the Fort, including 17 in the match last night. And there she goes again as she picks up a kill, this time going to the center of the court. And TCU's off to a 2-0 start here against UCLA.
And Parra, she wants every ball. She's said that many times. That's the reason, one of the main reasons she transferred from UT to TCU. She wants to play. She wants to be on the court. She wants to be fed the ball.
Nicholson with the backside set for Jalen Gibson, who had it blocked at the net. And a nice job by UCLA up front to read that swing by Gibson.
Definitely, and take a look at that block. Anna Dodson, you're gonna hear us say that name a lot. Just so easy for her to close the block, really press over the net. She does that so well.
21st kill of the year for her. And there's a service error against UCLA. Anna Dodson at the service line will rotate out here, but you talked about it in the open when we looked at that graphic. They had some problems last night with the service.
Well, yeah, the errors, and then also just having an aggressive serve. So something that Coach Ref, he wants to put some pressure on the offense of TCU. So he's really going to make a lot of subs, getting some servers in and some defenders in.
Good start for TCU as the Frogs pick up another point. And of course, it's Melanie Parra right in the middle of it all.
And at this out of system bump set, Parra's a tremendous job at just waiting and not really taking a big swing, stopping her arm at the top of the swing.
Jalen Gibson with the service error. TCU had a little problem at the service line in the game yesterday afternoon. They cleaned it up a little bit in the nightcap against Prairie View.
And, I think that's something all coaches will say over and over until they're red in the face. We have to serve tough. We have to pass well to win a game. It sounds so simple, yet it's so difficult.
Alexis Roberson with the kill. It was kind of an awkward set. She had to reach down and behind her, it looked like.
Yeah, so if you take a look here, the height of the set is pretty much at her shoulder height. So definitely a ball you're not going to see anyone swinging on.
Melanie Parra to the service line for the Horned Frogs. Comes up with the big topspin serve for the ace. That's her 12th of the year.
And such an important time, even though it's early in the set, to get some points with a serve right now, especially from Melanie Parra, just as an attacker, getting in a rhythm with your swing. If she can serve tough, it's going to just keep her in a rhythm all the way around the court.
Another tough serve. This one handled by UCLA. They do a good job on the receiving end, and a nice block up front that time by the Bruins. That was Brooklyn Briscoe, the redshirt freshman out of San Diego. One of the outstanding high school career.
And, a closed double block, that out of system set for Becca Kelly. It's a difficult ball. You have the blockers there. Briscoe really sealing it nicely.
She had 5 blocks last night against Texas A&M Commerce. Picks up her first block of the evening here. Parra drills that ball to the back line, dug out nicely by UCLA, and a great job by the Bruins as Chadlyn Leverett comes up with the kill for UCLA.
And it looks like it's something that her and coach spoke about. Hey, that's the open spot right there. Really nice tip, just trickling right over the blocker's hands. So difficult to even run down and defend.
Another nice job by Roberson of the Horned Frogs of controlling her body and coming up with the point, even though the set was not where she would have wanted it.
And that's a lot of the middle's job, is you're going to be given a quick set, and the timing is so important. And a lot of times if it's not there, it's just what you do with it to make it better.
That one was out of bounds. Might have clipped the antenna as it crossed the net as well. So an attack error that time on Leverett. Quick set in the middle, dug out by Bramschreiber, who goes to the floor again. Parra. Becca Kelly with her first swing of the night. Great job by Bramschreiber on that swing by Leverett. They go back to her, and she scores as she goes down the line.
And I like that set to Leverett. It's a fast set, but it's got a nice peak on it, and the peak is kind of towards the antenna, so it gives her the option of the line, and she's definitely going to try to utilize it. Having the TCU setter blocking her, so she's got a little height advantage there.
Left-handed serve from Kate Lutz, the sophomore out of Del Mar, California. Went to Torrey Pines High School. She'll rotate out. Lily Nicholson to serve for the Horned Frogs. They go to the backside, and that one's tooled off the block. Nice swing that time by Grace Olson. She was on the all-freshman team in the Pac-12 back in 2022.
And a nice little swing there. It looks like it was a perfect set, and I don't know. I think she's really, at 6'4", I'd say it's kind of hard to not miss that one,
Quick set, and there's a swing and a miss by TCU's Becca Kelly as It's a rare swing and a miss by a frontline player. The timing just a little off there. Joy Ome with the serve. Set to the outside. That one kept alive by UCLA, but then some confusion as Ome got crossed up with Peyton Dewick.
It's so hard sometimes when the dig or the pass is so high in the air. You would think that everyone has plenty of time to communicate about it, but those are actually the ones that end up like that because you think, oh, easy, we have a lot of time. Oh, you got it. No, I got it. Oh,
somebody's got to take it.
Ends up in disaster. Yeah.
There's a big swing by Leverett as she picks up her third kill already.
And a really nice dish actually by setter Audrey Pack. I think it looks perfect to me. I don't know if I'm Bruin biased or something because it's just kind of in my blood, but it really does. It looks like such a perfect connection. Leverett's 1-against-1.
Jalen Gibson. Well, you did have your Bruin t-shirt on. You had to cover it up.
That's a lie. That's a lie, Chuck. What a great swing by Jalen Gibson down the line. How about that connection? See, I'm not biased. But actually, no. Beautiful job by Jalen Gibson. I really think if Lily Nicholson and Gibson can get the connection going early on, it's going to be game over.
Great dig by the Horned Frogs on that tough ball. I believe that was Alice Volpe who went down and got it for the Horned Frogs and somehow kept it on the court. You always say, a lot of these balls that you dig are just reaction. The ball was on top of her so quick.
Oh, 100%. And there's a lot of different things that they do to train that, but really, there's not much you can do to actually make it identical to prepare someone for that in a game. And that's why it's so important, really. The defensive players, the liberos, super important players on the court.
Katie McCarty with the ace for the Bruins. And we expected a nip and tuck match, and that's what we've got so far here in the first set.
And it has been kind of an exchange of the service errors, the hot moments offensively with both teams. You're right, I think just kind of some identical playing here we're seeing.
Melanie Parra able to wipe that one off the block and pick up her fourth kill of the match. And there's her family in attendance, making the trip up from Mexico. They do not get to see her play very much.
And I think just the answering back offensively, to UCLA, Parra's going to continue to do that. She can do lots of different things that we're seeing Leverett do as well. So excited to see the rest of this exchange here.
Nice block that time by the Bruins as they had it set up perfectly. Reading that swing by Melanie Parra.
And Parra, she knows that she's going to have, blockers keying, especially a set long distance like that. She's got a closed block, and she wanted to chip it down the line nice and low, but unfortunately there's a blocker there in Audrey Pack.
Nicholson with the backside set on the slide. That ball a little too long off the swing by Alex Roberson.
And I think just still trying to find that connection. Lily Nicholson and Roberson just still looking for the slide. The quick in front of the setter is coming around a little bit better, but I think the slide is their main thing that they want to work. They need to work.
And the putback by Melanie Parra. And again, we saw a lot of this last night from Melanie Parra. She's got so many tricks up her sleeve. She goes with a little bit of an off-speed ball there rather than take that full swing.
Well, and it's her volleyball IQ, right? I mean, she has the ability to see the court so well, and she knows exactly what she's going to do. It's all very intentional.
She's at the service line here. Dug out nicely on the serve by UCLA. That one blocked by Roberson. Jalen Gibson goes down and gets it. Becca Kelly. Great defense by both teams. Dewick went down and got it for the Bruins. There's Becca Kelly with the swing. Dewitt goes all the way back to get it again. Great rally here by both teams. And that ball is long. But a great rally by both teams. That was some terrific defense on both sides of the net.
Yeah, lots of kind of throwdown tips that were dug, and a couple run-down defenses as well, and then, you know, ending on the air, but a nice high swing, a nice try by the Bruins to look for a blocker's touch.
Power goes to the float serve this time. Backside set, that one's blocked, kept alive by Olsen. And then the attack error on the Bruins as Olsen comes up short on that swing. Timeout on the floor. TCU on top of UCLA here in the first set by 3. We'll take a break, come back with more set 1 action right after this.
Mama,
I will protect you. Do you need?
Mama,
I will protect you.
Do you require shelter? Your inefficient participation will
Mama,
I will protect you. I will protect all of you.
Don't wanna say goodbye.
The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
You are ordered to return home.
We have to help her.
Love you till the day that
I am already home, and I am a wild robot.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27th.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Back inside Schollmeyer Arena, TCU with a 15-12 lead. Get a look at Jalen Gibson, who's on the right side of your screen. There she is. She had a great night last night. She struggled a little bit here at the outset.
Yeah, so I think what we've been seeing with Jalen is she's such an important contributor for the Horned Frogs offense, right? So 23 kills in 2 matches yesterday. That is great. And then hitting 340. So any hitter that's hitting above 250 is definitely above average, and 340 is tremendous. But all-around player, she's digging the ball too. And you don't see that from a lot of right sides. Take a look over at the Bruins. Their right side, I think, is subbed out in the back row. So really cool to have an all-around 6th rotation right side attacker in Jalen Gibson.
First kill of the match for Becca Kelly, the redshirt freshman, transfer from Oregon.
And just a heavy arm there, so kind of a deeper swing, but right in between the defenders and over the block. So Becca Kelly should be able to do that often with her size. She has the ability. She's going to get the experience being here at TCU.
Alfie ref did not like something he saw out of that last time out. Quickly takes a timeout here for the Bruins, and you can see him conferring with his coaching staff as they want to straighten something out they did not like on that last serve. TCU on a 4-0 scoring run here with Melanie Parra at the line, and you can see him conversing with the ref. I'm not sure if he wanted to have a discussion with the referee rather than just his coaching staff, although he's still heavily engaged right now.
Well, and there's lots of things they can talk about. It's just, spots, open spots on the court, talk to their hitters about where to go, where to hit, what's open if they need to get out of trouble. Setter strategy, who do we want to go to now? Take a look at the other side of the net. Who's at the net blocking? Who do you want to stay away from? Don't set the ball in front of this blocker. So lots of things like that to strategize about that the coaches talk about. I mean, you'll often see coaches just pull the setter, and the other parts of the staff are talking to the team, but the head coach is just with the setter, and lots of stuff they can cook up, that's for sure.
And we'll resume play here after the Timeout taken by UCLA. Jason Williams talking to his setter, Lily Nicholson, here as they come out of the huddle. Melanie Parr back at the service line for the Horned Frogs as the only ace of the match for the Horned Frogs so far, and she comes up short here. And it might have been just a timeout to try and get Melanie a little bit out of her rhythm.
100%, and that's definitely the first reason for that timeout. You got such a hot server like Melanie, and that's tough. It's tough with the serve like she has to be sitting in a timeout and to just come out and have a big whip on your arm.
That ball long on the serve that time by Katie Riley. Graduate out of Manhattan Beach, California, transferred from Stanford. She played beach volleyball for Stanford.
Gotta love that beach to indoor transition. Definitely helps.
Set to the outside. Lavalette dug out by TCU. Becca Kelly with the swing for the Horned Frogs. Nicholson goes quickly to the middle for Sarah Sylvester. And a quick set in the middle, and Sylvester's able to pick up the kill for the Horned Frogs.
Just a nice all-around rally by TCU. Big swing from Becca Kelly, which triggered that free ball. And then perfect pass by Gibson. And then we know Sylvester is pretty, you know, if she's in system, she's going to be up. She's going to get a kill.
Backside set, and the block is set up nicely by the Horned Frogs as they pick up the block against Grace Olson.
And, you know, I think the blocking tonight for the Horned Frogs, it looks way different than it did yesterday. They're playing an opponent that is playing more of a speed that they're used to. Yesterday was a little bit slower speeds, and there's a lot of blocking errors. But tonight, you know, they're more in their own with their blocking. It looks nice.
And there's Sylvester in the middle. That ball, you know, it looked like the Frogs were a little bit out of system, but it ended up in a good spot for Sylvester just to put it back down, and another timeout taken by UCLA.
Oh, definitely. Just, you know, overpass is what that is. You know, the middle blocker got kind of a tip, easy-ish ball that is considered kind of a free ball. So definite error on the Bruins. That should be a pass that stays on their side of the net so that they can run their offense.
Well, another timeout taken by UCLA as they find themselves down here by 7 in the first set. Another 4-0 scoring run for TCU. Interestingly enough, one of the things we talked about with Jason Williams yesterday, he said the one thing we haven't been consistent with in the early part of the season is getting on runs. We just, you know, we constantly have 1-2 points, but then we'll lose the serve or whatever the case may be.
Well, yeah, and, you know, personally, I think that takes just experience. I think it kind of takes maturity mentally in the players of not just looking at themselves individually when they're playing, but looking at the team in terms of like, hey, oh, we've gotten 3 kills. I'm going back to serve. What's the score? Okay, do I need to keep this in? We're up by a lot. Do I go for it? Do I look at coach and he gives me a signal? I mean, I've had coaches before that have the gun signal that means just go for it, or the kind of, hey, stay down and let's just get this in signal. So all those things that I just from experience, that's the one thing that I noticed from college to playing professionally is in college, you're constantly looking at the bench. Coach, where do I hit? Coach, what's open? Do I go for it or what? And then when you play professionally, you're on your own kind of. So I don't know. I think it's kind of just an experience and maturity thing.
You got to look at that graphic a moment ago. An 8-1 run for the Horned Frogs over the last few minutes has really kind of opened up the lead for TCU. A 4-0 run here broken by the Bruins as Briscoe comes up with the kill.
And just, you know, a funky touch off the block and a difficult ball for Becca Kelly to defend there. You know, but a kill is a kill. We see a lot of that from the middles. It's not a perfect straight down 10-foot line kill. It's just off the block.
Kat Lutz with the serve. And again, Sarah Sylvester getting a lot of work here in the middle for the Horned Frogs.
That was almost like a free throw shot she was doing there with that technique. You look at reaching high over the block and just kind of snapping her wrist. Nice use of her length, that's for sure.
And she did have a stint with the TCU women's basketball
You like
team
how I did that?
last season. There's the kill by the Bruins.
That's right, wasn't women's basketball at TCU. They had some illness.
Yes.
And they didn't have enough people to
play.
Yeah.
So they had to recruit some practice players and some players. Sarah Sylvester volunteered, and Coach Williams said, sure, go ahead.
That's amazing. I think that's such a cool experience.
And she actually got some playing time. She did play in high school, obviously. Lavalette had it blocked. And that ball just stays inside the line. Great block by the Horned Frogs. And this is as good a set as we've seen the Horned Frogs play in a long time.
Well, and, you know, like I mentioned earlier, the blocking is really just, it's what I think Jason Williams wants to see and is used to seeing these past few weekends in their preseason. This is what they're used to seeing, especially from Sarah Sylvester.
They go to the outside. Lavalette with the swing. Great dig by Bramschreiber on the overpass. Nichols with the set. We go back to Lavalette. Blocked again. TCU doing a great job at the net against one of the best scorers in the country. And finally, Lavalette able to put it down for the kill. And that was just excellent effort on both sides, both Lavalette and the blockers for the Horned Frogs.
I think just multiple opportunities you see Leverett. She didn't even have an approach there, kind of a step close, pure athleticism swing. And gosh, the power that she delivers when she swings is tremendous to see in person.
Leverett taking a seat on the bench. She was the Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school in 2022. Started her career at UCLA right after that. And that one just inside the line in the corner. And a great kill by UCLA's Kiki Horn, who had 14 last night.
And Coach Reft, he said that Horn is also a great contributor. The freshman, she adds bounce and strength to their offense. He really trusts their pins a lot. I mean, he talked a lot about their outside hitters and obviously Dodson in the middle.
TCU unable to dig that one out. And a timeout taken by the Horned Frogs as UCLA on a little bit of a run here, closing the gap to 22-18 on a 3-0 scoring run. But Jason Williams wanting to take timeout as he tries to settle things down here.
And I think it's perfect timing, you know, this late in the set, 22-18. Both teams are kind of eliminating the errors, kind of some less missed serves, more aggressive serving. Block on either side of the net is pretty solid and crisp. So it's a pretty level playing field right now. It's going to be an exciting next few points to see who pulls this set out.
TCU coming into the match today with a record of 4-2, 2-0 here at home. For UCLA, they're 5-1, 1-1 away from home. They had a signature win earlier this year against Georgia Tech, who was ranked 14th at the time. They only played one other ranked team, that was Tennessee. They lost in straight sets to them.
Yeah, I mean, a win right now could be great for them. I mean, I think it'll break them in. They already have votes, so to get them in to that top 25, this would definitely be a big plus for them. Definite confidence booster, just finishing out the preseason and going into their first ever Big Ten conference performances. It's still really hard for me to say that. It's so, the Pac-12, well, the Pac-10 when I played, but the Pac-12 is just buried and gone. And you know, Coach Ref, he kind of said it was sad. We're sad, but we're excited. We're also excited for the level we're going to compete.
It's certainly going to be a challenge in what is one of the better volleyball leagues in the country. And there's a kill by Melanie Parra on the outside, and Horned Frogs closing in on the set 1 victory. You're talking about the Big Ten. They're picked 8th. As we take another look at this swing by Melanie.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I have a personal opinion about it, and it is what it is. I'm excited to watch.
Riley Weigelt with the serve. They go to the outside. TCU will have to try and bat this ball over, and they can't. Kiki Horn with the kill. She had 14 the other night. Set a new career high. He had 12 against Georgia Tech in that victory back on August the 30th.
Yeah, so you know, she's a player. They're not gonna go to her all the time, but if they're in a good situation, they get her 1-against-1, they're definitely gonna be setting Horn.
Melanie Parra pushes it down the line. UCLA scrambling to get it over, able to do so. Nicholson again goes back to Melanie Parra, and she picks up her 7th kill already here in the first set. And it's set point for TCU.
Well, and it's just, it's so amazing because I really am just thinking of UCLA's scouting report against Parra right now, and it makes me smile because the swing that Parra just took is literally where the block should take, but the block was there. So if you're a defender, you're asking yourself, wait, I was in the right spot, but then how do I, oh my gosh, it's frustrating.
Dug out by Gibson. They go to Parra with the bump set, and Melanie Parra finishes it off for the Horned Frogs as they take set 1 here in Fort Worth. Melanie Parra with 8 kills in that first set.
And Parra is the opener and the closer of the set. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see that moving forward here throughout the rest of the match.
We'll take a timeout as the Parra family celebrates. TCU on top 1-0. Back with more right after this.
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
Frog fans, the 2024 volleyball season is here, and we're fired up to start the season off with a bang. You won't want to miss out as your Horned Frogs host big matches against UCLA, Arizona State, Baylor, Houston, and many more. We'll be bringing the action all season long at Schollmeyer Arena, so purchase season or single game tickets today by visiting gofrogs.com.
The 2024 soccer season is here, and you won't want to miss a minute of the action. Join us as we kick off the TCU fall sports season with excitement and energy. This year, we're gearing up for thrilling home matches against top-tier opponents. Get ready for an unforgettable season of goals and glory at Garvey Rosenthal Soccer Stadium. Be a part of the excitement. Secure your season or single-game tickets today at gofrogs.com.
Super Frog in attendance here on Parents Weekend at TCU, and Super Frog and all the parents in attendance have to be happy with the start to this match for the Horned Frogs as they win the first set 25-19. Let's take a look at the statistics from that first set. And Katie, what kind of jumps off the page at you when you get a look at this?
Well, there couldn't be more of an even playing field if you look at everything except that hitting percentage. So kills, yeah, TCU has 5 more than UCLA. Errors around the same. Aces, errors, okay. hitting percentage. So it's just the efficiency. It's just putting the ball away. And that's what TCU is doing. UCLA is not doing it as much.
Melanie Power, as we said, 8 kills to lead all scorers. For UCLA, they've done a nice job of going to Leverett. She's got 5 kills, but there were times in that set where she was kind of quiet. TCU went on a couple of big runs in that first set as well.
Yeah, and I think TCU, besides Melanie Parr, everyone is producing. You know, the middle blockers, the other pin hitters as well. So it's not just all falling on Melanie Parr, which in return helps Parr to feel just more comfortable and take some big swings.
Both coaches getting their final say in here before we start the second set. Jason Williams ended the first set on a 13-7 scoring run. It was literally a 1 or 2 point match till we got to about 10 or 11, and then TCU went on 2 big scoring runs, allowing them to kind of pull away. UCLA battled back to make it close, but just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, and that's the difficult thing for the Bruins, is just allowing the Horned Frogs to get on a run like that to finish out this set. So it's really coming into the second set is starting from 0 for the Bruins and just coming out with a bang and having some fire and, you know, all those good things. But also just, I think, I don't know. I think there's a lot of hitting errors. I think the service errors at the beginning of the set, that also takes them out of it. So it just seems to me like the Bruins can't really get any sort of rhythm. I think we should expect to see some more performance from Anna Dodson. You know, get their middle game going a little bit more as well.
She does not have a kill yet. And as you said, they expect big things from her in the middle. Leverett able to get that ball over. Melanie Parra dug out nicely by Dewitt. Nicholson somehow able to save that ball and then bump it over on the third hit. They go back to Leverett. Another good rally. Both teams playing excellent defense here. And finally, UCLA comes away with the point. Grace Olson with the kill.
And a few swings throughout that rally for Grace Olson. This time she decided to turn it down the line, but a nice high swing. So, you know, just kind of an unreturnable ball by Alice Volpe. It was kind of right at her face. Couldn't handle the heat that time.
Kat Lutz, the sophomore, with the serve. Some confusion by TCU, but Gibson able to bat the ball over. And then an attack error on Leverett. And Sheridan Leverett came up short on that swing.
And I'm not quite sure what Leverett was going for on that swing. It almost looked like she wanted to do kind of a sharp angle roll shot. Just ended up in the net.
Pancake dig that time by Nicholson on that tip, and TCU comes away with the point. And again, some great defense.
And exactly, words out of my mouth, the defense. And, you know, a defense builds up an offense. So what a tremendous pancake dig effort there by Lily Nicholson. And then, you know, Parra just does what she does. I mean, the defense is going to win the set, win the match.
Service error on Riley Weigel. That's the third service error for the Horned Frogs. Bruins also have 3.
To the line of serve number 0,
Joy Ume. The transfer from UC Irvine. Quick set for Parra. Boy, when the set from Nicholson is right there on the pin and Melanie Parra can fly, you're not going to do much to stop her.
And fly high, she definitely does. So she's getting that ball, contacting the ball at such a high point. She's getting to that point with her leap.
Tough ball to handle. UCLA does a great job to keep it alive and get it over. Nicholson sets the slide. and Alexis Roberson with the kill. They've really been working on that quite a bit over the last couple of days. We've seen that combination. Leverett tried to go sharply cross court, missed, side out.
UCLA's in a tough spot offensively because the feeling that I have is, you know, Leverett is the go-to right now. You know, and she knows that, and that just adds so much pressure. There's something to be said about, as a big attacker, when you know, hey, if you set anyone else, they're also going to score. I don't know that UCLA is in that position right now. I think they're relying merely on Leverett.
Point for the Horned Frogs. It was a good pancake dig in there. UCLA just couldn't get it up and over the net. And again, Melanie Parra making it difficult by coming up with another off-speed ball. Good job that time by the 6'5" Anna Dotson to wipe that one off the block.
And, you know, it's being 6'5", yeah, it definitely helps, you know, to have that height as a middle blocker. But look at her, she's dynamic. I mean, she's able to get around. You know, we're seeing the exchange of the slides between, you know, the Horned Frogs and the Bruins. Dodson does so well connecting, and she also gets it at a high point, and she's smart and also has a heavy arm.
A swing and a miss by Dotson in the middle. I don't think she expected that set that quickly. Went up for it and then just kind of whiffed.
Yeah, something about the connection there. You know, I think, you know, when a middle attacker is running that quick, that you often see, they got to be open to the setter. The setter, it's almost like a wall. You know, the shoulders facing the setter, so they just feed it to them, and it looked like she was a little bit closed off there.
Melanie Parra with the serve. Great receive by UCLA. And that ball's going to end up short and in the net, so on the attack error by the Horned Frogs. UCLA will get the serve, and that was all started by the dig there by Dewick.
Yeah, and I mean, I like this. I like the effort by both Parra and Bramschreiber. I love that they can joke about it and laugh. If that went over, that would be like the play of the week. I mean, I don't know. Off the head.
Off the head. Everything else, and there's a service ace for the Bruins. Dodson with the serve.
Looks like Lily Nicholson may have taken a hit at the pole, but looks like she shook it off.
Dodson again with the serve, comes up short. Fourth service error for the Bruins. And we talked about about the inability over the last few games for TCU to go on extended runs. They did it in the first set. UCLA's having some problems generating that kind of consistent offense so far in this match.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to get the serve over the net first in order to get the ball returned to you to, you know, I don't know. I think they get a run, they get an opportunity, and then they kill it with the serve. So, and that's something that Coach Ref, he said, man, we've got to get our serves in. We've got to keep them aggressive, and we've got to be able to control the ball. And he's like, that's our number one thing is ball control.
Seth Bramschreiber with that last ace for the Horned Frogs. The Bruins go to the left side there. Going to be a tough ball to handle, and a great job on that dig by Duffy of the Bruins. Quick set in the middle, and there's the block. Set up nicely. Good anticipation and a nice read that time by Brooklyn Briscoe.
And a great hustle by Duffy as well. I mean, just great save there. And then, but you see middle blocker Briscoe diving, kind of taking away that angle shot from the Horned Frogs, taking that away from Sylvester and just saying, not this time. You've gotten me too many times so far this match.
Back row attack by Melanie Parra.
Chuck, you could have passed that ball way better. I really think you could have scored on that one.
I'm gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, I almost dived in front of you. I got it next time.
This was self-preservation. I just didn't want to get hit and or landed on. I'm gonna have to work on my setting skills.
Yeah, we'll work on that next time. That's my bad. I should be teaching you.
Great job by UCLA up front, as that was Grace Olson who came up with the kill. Jason Williams looking on. Katie Riley back to serve. Backside set kept alive by UCLA. Nicholson again sets Becca Kelly, and Becca Kelly able to wipe that one off the block and pick up the point for the Horned Frogs.
And heavy arm combined with her size and ability. Look at that usage of the line, and nicely just kind of bounced off the block, ricocheted into the crowd. Lots of crowd balls down here.
Kelly at the line for the Horned Frogs, and UCLA will pick up the point on the failed block attempt by TCU, as Sarah Sylvester was there, just couldn't get it over the net. Maddie Lutz will serve, or Kat Lutz rather, will serve. Lefty will put it in play. That one tight to the net, but Power able to push it over. And that ball is long. UCLA lobbying for a touch, and they'll get the challenge card out here as Alfie Reft picks up the challenge card.
I don't know, it was a nice high swing by Olsen. It was almost in, actually. I don't know from that shot if we can see if it was a touch. We're sitting right here, and at 6'4", she's contacting the ball pretty high. I don't know if it's almost too high for a touch.
UCLA immediately turning to the bench and signaling touch, so.
And that's usually it. I mean, I do believe the hitter knows they're right there. They can feel it, they can hear it.
Referee taking a look at it. We will too here.
Yeah, so any blockers, fingers wiggling, yep, Melanie Parra, that middle finger is the culprit right there. And that'll get UCLA the point.
You can see Parra's finger kind of go backwards as the ball went past it.
Yeah, even from that angle, you could see the finger fly back.
One more look right there, and you can see the ball appear to deflect off of Melanie Parra's finger. Of course, we're 0 for 1 on the season.
Yeah, that's my fault.
We thought for sure we had one correct last night,
and you know, as a player, I was a really good fibber. You know, like I would lie all the time. But then now that there's the challenge, see, when I played in college, we didn't have any of this. But when I played professionally, the first year they had the challenge, I remember doing the whole, no, I didn't touch it, no. And then, oh crap, they're gonna, I should just be honest.
Yes.
And not tell my coach, don't challenge that. I actually did touch it.
Well, we're 1 for 2.
Lose your challenge, yeah.
We're 1 for 2 here because they called it the way you saw it. They reversed a call on the floor. UCLA once again with the serve, down by 2. Some confusion by TCU. They're gonna have to just get it over on the third hit. And UCLA doing a good job here in the system. Grace Olson again with the kill. That's her 6th. She's taking the lead.
And she's definitely dialed in. I think the Bruins are going to try to get the ball to Olsen as much as possible before she rotates to the back row. Just with her size, and then, you know, seeing the seam in the block there, they can get her 1-against-1 too, even better.
3-0 scoring run, but it's broken here on the service error by Lutz.
And it's so important. It's so important. Like, you know, you just saw Olsen is on a run as an attacker. She's feeling good. She's the hot hitter. Everyone's dialed in. They know they're going to go to her, and you kill it with a missed serve.
Tough ball to handle, but UCLA able to keep it off the floor. Melanie Parra had it blocked, and that ball stays in. It gives you an idea how much power behind that swing Melanie Parra had. That ball ricocheted off the block and almost carried the length of the court.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of looked from here like it could go long. And yeah, just no one's back there. Everyone is covering Melanie Parra just for that straight down close cover.
Oma with the serve for the Bruins on the overpass. TCU gets the tip. Leverett with the big swing. There's Melanie Parra from deep. And somehow she scores from about the 10-foot line.
So started with the sprint by Lily Nicholson to just save the ball and somehow create a bump set, semi-hittable ball for Melanie Parra, but see the step close and just kind of an off speed, but you know, it just seems like it drops much quicker and differently than it does with any other hitter.
Tipped over, blocked by UCLA. They go back to Parra, who's able to center herself and get the swing off. And another kill for Melanie, and that's her 14th of the match.
And something so special about Parra is, and I think I say this often enough, for me, the amazing attackers are the ones that can better the ball with a bad set. And she does with bad sets, with good, all of it. It's something special there.
Side out, as Parra tried to cut that one just a little too sharply. Well, we've talked about it. We've seen her quite a bit over the last couple of years. And, you know, Jason Williams thrilled to have such a talented player. And every team that TCU plays, they know that 23 is going to get the ball more times than not, and they still can't do much about it.
Well, yeah, and for Parra also, she knows that people know. She knows they're going to be going after her, so it's just even more, you know, it's harder for her, yet she's still spectacular.
Timeout on the floor as TCU opens up a 15-12 lead here in the second set. We'll take a break where the teams come back with more second set action right after this.
Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
It's one of the best movies, period.
I will protect you.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday when life doesn't wait for you to get paid? Introducing MyPay from Chime, a revolutionary new way of getting your pay when you want. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. When any day is payday, it's a good day. Get paid when you say with MyPay. Get started at Chime.com.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
Welcome back inside Schollmeyer Arena. TCU leading 15-12. Melanie Parra so far tonight, 15 kills. The rest of the Horned Frog team has 9.
And, you know, with that said, Parra 24 attempts, everyone else below 10. So, you know the name of the game for the Horned Frogs, right? Get the ball to Parra. She still has to execute. She's still doing it. She's hitting 500 3 errors on 24 attempts. Not to mention the service line situation. So all the different areas of the game that she leads. She leads the team.
Well, she'll be at the service line here as we begin things again in the second set. Bumped over by the Horned Frogs. UCLA scoring out of the middle. Anna Dodson's done a nice job in the middle when she's gotten her opportunities. That's just her second kill.
And it's that last sector of the court, so that last foot of the court, there's no one there. I mean, plain and simple. And especially for a middle blocker to hit that deep. I will say UCLA circa 2006, when I was there, we had one of those. Nana Merriweather hit that last foot of the court, kill every time.
TCU comes right back and regains the serve with the kill in the middle. Roberson picks it up for the Horned Frogs.
And what a nice little answer back to the Bruins middle attack. And I really like how the Horned Frogs are going to Robertson. They're getting her in the game. Williams wants her to be the more offensive middle between her and Sylvester.
Big swing on the outside that time from Kiki Horn. That's her 5th kill.
And it seems like, you know, with Kiki Horn's swing right here, but the rest of the offense of the Bruins, they're kind of chipping away. It's kind of that feeling of everyone is kind of doing their bit, and you see the difference in the score. So it's still going to be a close game. There's not really any standout player right now for the Bruins.
Nicholson was going for the dump, but came up short. She pulled off 2 beauties last night, but that time a little too tight to the net.
It's those setter dump gods that just gave her all of that glory yesterday, that today they were like, nah.
On the overpass, UCLA with the kill. Evens things up at 16. And a good job at the service line here by Kate Duffy, the freshman out of Ventura, California. Kelly misses wide. And Duffy's done a good job of keeping the Horned Frogs off balance with these serves, not able to do a good job in transition, and Bruins on a 4-0 run have taken the lead.
Yeah, so, you know, if you want to be in system, you got to pass the ball first. And Duffy and the Bruins, they know that they're going to go after Becca Kelly on serve receive. They know out of the 3, she's the weakest passer. They took her out. They put Jalen Gibson in the serve receive, kind of pushed Becca Kelly up so she's out of it. And so then there you have your right side, who's not used to passing serve receive, jumping in and helping out. And that's something to be said about Jalen Gibson too, that she's able to play defense, serve receive, you know, so she's an outside hitter, luckily. But those are kind of the changes that Jason Williams was trying to make right now, is, hey, okay, push Kelly up. Let's make Kate Duffy figure this out. All right, you want to target Kelly, let's move Kelly up. Now she's going after Gibson. So that's a little serving game, and it's coming from the coaches too, you know, serve her, serve that area. And I think the timeout is the best choice right now to just freeze a server, you know, give everyone kind of a reset, because really it's just, yep, got to pass the ball.
UCLA with their first lead of the set, I believe.
I think you're right. First lead.
Coming here at 17-16 on a 4-0 scoring run.
And one of the biggest runs as well.
Yes.
4-0.
Well, let's see what both teams dial up coming out of the timeout here. Kate Duffy will be back at the service line. Power on the receiving end that time, and on the Back row attack coming right down the pipe. She comes up short, and we don't see that very often from Melanie Power. She's usually pretty successful with this attack.
Well, and they want to run a quick set out of the back row. So, you know, I think she's saying my fault. She probably could have got a little bit quicker start on her approach.
Becca Kelly with the swing dug out nicely by the Bruins. And Leverett trying to push that one deep into the corner. Had a little too much on it, rather than Kiki Horn with the attack error.
And I like that idea. I mean, it's that last foot and a half of the court that's no man's land, but yeah, if you miss it long.
Blocked by TCU. Nicholson sets the backside. Gibson had it blocked, and a nice job up front by UCLA. Olsen coming up big on the block that time. That's the 6th block for the Bruins here in this match.
Well, and Olsen has really just been the difference in this set, if you ask me, offensively, kind of getting on some runs for the Bruins and then throwing, I think that's, yeah, is that her 2nd block? Yeah, so just in this set, Grace Olsen has really stepped up, and she's bringing fire, too. I mean, you see the celebration she delivers.
Parrott goes to the tip, dug out by UCLA. Bruins able to get it over. Jalen Gibson, big swing from Gibson on the outside. Trying to dig that one out was Dewick, but couldn't come up with it cleanly.
And, you know, heart, body, and soul all angle on that swing from Jalen Gibson. She just stuck with that decision and gave everything into that shot. The angle shot was such a powerful swing.
Alice Volpe with the serve. Off-speed shot that time by Olsen. Melanie Parra couldn't keep it in. An attack error by Melanie Parra.
And Parra with 2 6'4" blockers in front of her. So just put yourself in Parra's shoes right now. 2 6'4s. Parra's 5'11". Okay, so she's definitely going to aim high hands there. That time she aimed too high.
Challenge card comes out though from Jason Williams. His team motioned that they thought the ball might have been tipped. We'll take a look at it here to see if we can see anything.
So again, taking a look at those fingertips.
Well, hard to see on that angle. Does the ball change direction? That's the other thing you can look at.
Yep. Yeah, so first look is the fingers, after, where's the ball? It changed from the direction that she was swinging.
Let's take
I don't know, I'm like undecided here.
And the ball might have started to spin in a different direction, hard to tell. And again, what the referees are looking at isn't necessarily what you're seeing at home.
I almost think that middle blocker for Bruins, Brooklyn Briscoe, I feel like she didn't press like a normal blocking move, like straight over. She kind of did like a little windshield wiper and then pressed, and I think that saved her from not touching it, if that makes any sense to anyone.
Take one more look at here.
Look at number 4 here. So she's wide and then she presses. So I feel like when she was wide with her hands, that's when the ball passed her and maybe she didn't touch it.
And we've got a couple of looks at it and we're still up in the air about it.
I'm just hesitant to make a call right away because something about me, I just don't want to be wrong. Not that it matters at all.
Well, 1 for 1 tonight, so we'll find out exactly what they have in mind here. And the call stands. Jason Williams wants to know, what he saw.
And the ref is explaining about the blocker's hands, you see?
Jason Williams accepting the answer. So the call stands. UCLA now with a 2-point advantage. Kat Lutz did a nice job at the service line earlier in this set. Going to work here. Melanie Parra with the kill.
So, Coach, I did everything right. I was standing right where I was supposed to be. I dug the ball, excuse me. But the heat, there's nothing to do about that. I mean, that's like air fryer heat. That's heat.
Quick set in the middle, batted over by UCLA. Nicholson sets the backside, and that ball touched at the net. And the point for the Horned Frogs, Jalen Gibson with the swing and the kill for TCU. That's her third.
And that's a tough ball to take. Lily Nicholson on the 10-foot line, setting behind her as a right-handed hitter. You're waiting for that to come over your shoulder. You're off balance. Gutsy.
Nicholson with the set and a great kill that time by Gibson, who's been kind of quiet for the Horned Frogs. As I mentioned, just her third kill. Melanie Parra's done the yeoman's work tonight. 16 kills for her. Not a whole lot of contribution up and down. Becca Kelly, who's been very good for the Horned Frogs, had 14 kills, 7 in each of the last 2 matches. Just limited to 2 tonight. You see her on the side, but you know, Horned Frogs expect great things from the young redshirt freshman transfer from Oregon. You know, TCU's without a couple of people that they are really counting on. Evan Hendricks, one of the best players in Arizona last year, has only played 7 sets so far. She's looking to get back in action. And, you know, we talked to Jason Williams. He feels as the season goes on, he's going to get a whole lot more depth coming back from injuries.
Yeah, well, since he's been here, he said, finally, we're at a point where we've got depth where I can look at the bench. And, hey, everyone is able and healthy. You know, the 2 players that are out now, it's a health reason, and they'll be back. And, you know, I think definitely by next weekend, for sure by conference play. So that'll be exciting to see, too, how, you know, Evan Hendricks, you know, just mentioned Coach Williams said, oh, she's next off the bench. You know, we're going to need her for sure.
Tough ball to handle, but UCLA able to get it over. Nicholson with the bump set for Parra, who just rolls it over the net. And UCLA with the point going down the line that time was Olsen again. Having a great match so far. That's her 7th kill to lead the way for the Bruins.
And just great utilization of the line there. So, you know, Parra puts up a good block. She can get up, but yeah, just chipping it off the elbow of Melanie Parra. What a great, just thumb down, pure technique swing there by Grace Olsen.
Joy Ome with the serve. Nicholson sets Melanie Parra on the overpass. Gibson trying to put it down and will win the point as that ball ends up in the crowd before UCLA can run it down. And Jalen Gibson will serve for the Horned Frogs here. Tied at 21. Good defensive play by TCU, and there's Melanie Parra going down the line for the kill.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know how she
zero words.
I don't know how she squeezed that thing in there. She did not have much room to get that ball down the line. Great swing that time by Leverett. And she picks up the kill.
Both sides of the net right now, just heat. I mean, big swings, power. It's 3 points to prove who's lifting the most in the weight room right now. I think that's what they're doing.
Leverett will serve. Clips the tape. There's the set for Paro, just has to push it over. That ball out. The call on the floor is that it was wide, side out, and immediately UCLA is going to bring out the challenge card.
And Dodson is the first one to know and to turn to the bench and say, touch, absolutely touch. And at this point in the game, I said it not too long ago. The player knows, right? They're right there. They're the ones that hit it. They're the closest to the touch. They hear it. Yeah, I believe in that. I also believe in the fibbing because, okay, 23-22. All right, this is a big deciding point here. Let's just try, right? Let's just try. We have to get this point. That's what the Bruins, that's what Dodson, Bruins, we have to get this point. We have to win this set.
As we take a look at it here, I'm not sure. It certainly didn't get Melanie Para. She was past the swing. It would have had to hit the hand of the inside blocker by the Horned Frogs. I'm not sure the looks we have seen so far would be good enough to overturn the call. And right now is one of those situations where you have to think, well, what was the call? Because there has to be enough evidence to overturn it. So right now the call is out of bounds, point to the Horned Frogs. So do they have enough of a look to overturn that call?
Right.
That's the question. And of course, Anna Dodson saying you should certainly have plenty of it. But her opinion, nor mine or yours, really matters.
Even though we're keeping score to ourselves right here. I mean, let's just admit it. We kind of have our own little score going on.
We'll take another look at it here, if we can see.
Right-hander, so Robertson's right pinky would be the culprit, I think. Robertson is flying like an eagle over there.
I don't know.
I don't see enough wiggle. I don't see enough wiggle. I don't know. I think there's still a chance.
As hard as that ball was hit, you would think if it hit the pinky would come back a little bit more than we could see there. But again, you know,
I don't know.
They have different looks than we do, so certainly looking at that pinky. Let's see if we are correct. I'm going to say the call stands.
I think you read his lips, Chuck. Yep, you read his lips.
The call does stand. And you can see that, you know, Alfie read, I think he was just saying, you know, had a smile on his face. It was worth a try.
Exactly, exactly.
Plus the UCLA gets a timeout, a free timeout.
And guess who's serving?
Yeah.
Okay. Ice, ice, baby. Is that what we're going to see now? I don't know.
We'll see. Melanie Parra back to the service line here. She's already got an ace tonight. Tough ball to handle, but UCLA does a great job. And the Bruins come right back with Kiki Horn picking up the kill. Her 7th. And we're tied at 23.
Yeah, and you know, great swing off the outside hand of Robertson. It just kind of redirected. I think that's the second time that's happened. Robertson, it redirects, and then Kelly has a ball handling mistake there.
Dotson with the serve. And the dump, just wide. Nicholson going for the over-the-head dump, and now it's set point for UCLA.
I think lots of deep breaths right now. Lots of deep breaths. No one has to end the set like with a beautiful thing. I think it could just be volleyball. It could be a bump and a set and a swing. That's tough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. That could be a momentum killer.
They're coming at the
It could have been a really cool thing if it was in, right? It could have been such an amazing, gosh, And we know that Lily Nicholson can do these. I mean, the setter dumps that we saw from Lily Nicholson yesterday were, I've never seen anything like it.
And she recognized there was an open space on the floor. It's just such a hard shot to.
Yeah, ballsy, right?
Yes, a hard shot to complete, you know, but
I will say, if you never take those risks, you're never going to have the setter dump gods on your side to have those risks work. So it's the same as like taking a big swing as an attacker. Like, oh man, I know I can hit that sharp angle swing. You never try it.
The other thing that has to be said too is you can see how confident this TCU team is and the trust that Jason Williams has, that Lily Nicholson's willing to try that with the score where it is. And she had no fear of like, okay, I'm going to get benched or I'm going to get yelled at. She just knows that Jason Williams is going to say, okay, good try. It didn't work out, but it gives UCLA something to think about. And that one will end the set as it hits the tape and causes TCU to not be able to return it. And we're tied at a set of pieces. The Bruins take the second set 25-23 to even things up. We'll take a timeout. Come back with the start of the third set right after this.
Frog fans, the 2024 volleyball season is here, and we're fired up to start the season off with a bang. You won't want to miss out as your Horned Frogs host big matches against UCLA, Arizona State, Baylor, Houston, and many more. We'll be bringing the action all season long at Schollmeyer Arena, so purchase season or single game tickets today by visiting gofrogs.com.
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
The 2024 soccer season is here, and you won't want to miss a minute of the action. Join us as we kick off the TCU fall sports season with excitement and energy. This year, we're gearing up for thrilling home matches against top-tier opponents. Get ready for an unforgettable season of goals and glory at Garvey Rosenthal Soccer Stadium. Be a part of the excitement. Secure your season or single-game tickets today at gofrogs.com.
Frog fans, the 2024 volleyball season is here, and we're fired up to start the season off with a bang. You won't want to miss out as your Horned Frogs host big matches against UCLA, Arizona State, Baylor, Houston, and many more. We'll be bringing the action all season long at Schollmeyer Arena, so purchase season or single game tickets today by visiting gofrogs.com.
Everything you thought you knew is brand new. We on the new wave. This ain't what it was. See, when the game changes, so do we. Every day, every play. Always been greater than 12, now standing 16 strong. In every end zone, any time zone. When everyone else keeps asking, what's next? We know we are.
Back inside Schollmeyer Arena, you get a look at some of the volleyball alumni there and their children as well. Welcome back to Schollmeyer Arena. Chuck Lamadola along with Katie Carter here courtside as we were treated to some great volleyball there in the second set. And obviously for the Horned Frogs, they're led by Melanie Parra, who has had a great match so far, 17 kills for her. And we will take a look at some of the things that she was able to do here in the first set, or the second set rather.
Right, you know, Melanie Parra really we know she's going to lead the team, but just all aspects of the game right here. Right here, you're seeing some really big swings, but tremendous defense, serving ability as well. The Horned Frogs looking to her moving forward for sure. And then for the Bruins, you've got Grace Olsen. She's really stepped up in the second set of this match and just brought so much fire and energy, but also just great blocking. We're seeing those kills, but all around, you know, I think it's really all-around game for both of those players.
So we take a look at the match summary so far, a set apiece. There's Melanie Parra still hitting 375. The rest of the team for the Horned Frogs really has to start to contribute if TCU wants to win this match.
Definitely, and you know, although Melanie is getting the majority of the sets, so you know, 32 total attempts, everyone is pretty much below 10. I really think another pin hitter for the Frogs needs to amp it up. So that's Becca Kelly, that's Jalen Gibson. You know, I think we're seeing a great performance from middle Alexis Roberson. They need something else. Whereas for the Bruins, they've got those pin hitters that are contributing with Kiki Horn, Grace Olsen. So they just pretty much need to keep doing what they're doing. I think the both teams are always going to try to get the middles of the ball when they can. You know, and when the middles aren't getting the ball a lot, you just know the serving is tough. The pass isn't there to really run the middle a lot. So, but the Horned Frogs, they need to get a pin, one of the pin hitters, get them in the game. If this is going to at all be a chance for TCU to come out with the set and the match.
And I thought UCLA did a much better job, too, of blocking in that last set. They have 6 now as a team, picking up 4 of those 6 in that second set. They also served a lot better.
Right, and to TCU's, you know, 0 blocks in the last set. So, you know, something that we kind of saw a huge shift, because the first set, TCU was the one kind of getting the blocks. UCLA had a few too, but the blocking game stood out so much for me for the Horned Frogs, and for the Bruins, it's just they're just waking up. I mean, they're covering all bases here, and the Horned Frogs just need to answer back.
UCLA will serve first here in the third set. Katie Riley will serve for UCLA. And some confusion by the Horned Frogs, forcing Bramschreiber just to bump it over. Backside set, and that time the block was there, but came down on the wrong side of the net for the Horned Frogs. On that swing by Olsen again. 8 kills for her. And a service ace. Melanie Parra unable to come up with that on the serve by Riley.
And something that Coach Ref has to just be so happy with. I mean, just talking about the serve so much, not only eliminating errors, but then serving aggressive.
Melanie Parra. Again, with a big swing. Even when it doesn't seem to be any open space on the floor, she finds openings.
Well, and her ability just to bounce back. I mean, the way she shook off getting ace in the previous point and then just coming right back with, you know, it just goes to show she must be just so hard on herself, you know, just wanting to almost play perfect.
On the tip, dug out nicely by the Frogs. Nicholson setting Jalen Gibson off the net, still able to score the point.
And I really think Gibson is the ticket here. Get her the ball, especially in this rotation here for the Frogs. She's in the front row for one more rotation before she goes back. And just getting her heated up, getting her ready for the rest of the set.
That one off the block, and a nice off-speed ball that time by UCLA. TCU had the block set up, but it's a nice job by Leverett to...
Yeah, you know, it's the hanging in the air, you know, and then recognizing, all right, I'm going to do a throwdown tip here, and the block gets a touch on it.
Katie Lutz, who had a really Good run at the service line last set. It was part of a 4-0 run at one point for UCLA. Referee just trying to square and get the rotation straight here. Para with the kill.
Para with the cannon. I think, you know, she has so many different like angles, speeds, shots, everything. It's like she must have a gauge in her shoulder of like, okay, what are we going to combine here? Oh, the flat swing that's hard. Okay.
Set in the middle dugout by Volpe. Kept alive. And Nicholson able to bump it over. Batted over by TCU. Backside set, and there's the block. This time, TCU's able to close it. Just the third block of the match. First one for the Horned Frogs here in this set. It's a big one. So you can see the energy from the Horned Frogs after the block.
And Grace Olson did not see that coming. Para just dropping that hand inside. What a talented blocking move with the dropping of the hand.
Set to the outside. Bramschreiber with the dig. Melanie Para had it blocked. Again, it's Bramschreiber doing the job. Out of the back row, Jalen Gibson, who's heating up here in this set. Second kill of the set. And her 6th of the match.
And that seems to be the game plan for TCU right now, is to get the right side of the court on fire, get Jalen the ball front row, back row. She's certainly capable.
Backside set for Olson. Olsen's career high in kills, 19, well on her way to that number. And that was her 9th of the match. Para. Point for the Horned Frogs as UCLA unable to handle that one. On the big swing by Melanie Para. It ended up on the wrong side of the antenna.
And, you know, TCU, if they can just dig the ball, pass okay, they're going to be able to pull out a set, have a chance in this match. It's getting the ball to the pins at a good pace.
Big serve by Melanie Para, but a good job by UCLA on the receiving end. Gibson from the back row tried to go to the wall shot, but too much height in the middle that time. Dotson at 6'5" right there.
Right, and smart idea by Dodson to say, hey, okay, roll shot, I'm not releasing. I'm staying here. I'm 6'5". I can do this. And it looked pretty easy for her.
Nicholson sets power on the back row attack. And Melody with another kill. That one off the block attempt by UCLA.
And that time, not really a pipe attack, a little bit more towards the right side of the court. So, you know, just making those Bruin blockers think a little bit more.
21 kills now for Melanie Para. Kept alive by TCU somehow, and they get it over. And they go back to Dotson on the outside, and Dotson off the slide with her 3rd kill. They haven't featured her much, but going to her here.
Well, and you know, the slide attack is her, looks like it's her bread and butter. I mean, she's she's pretty dominant running that ball if the setter can get it to her.
Nicholson sets power, goes to the tip, and she'll score. Now, coming out of that back row, we've seen her do this from time to time, just a little bit of a change of pace.
And she did say, you know, actually in an interview after last night's match, it's her favorite swing, her favorite attack out of the back row.
Big cross-court kill. That's a huge swing from Kiki Horn.
That was a beautiful swing. I mean, just all of the things. Contacting at a high point. Let me tell you the things. High contact point, lots of power, and what an angle. Wow.
Slapped up in the air by the Horned Frogs. Gibson had it partially blocked. And the swing on the outside by Olsen, who's been the dominant performer so far for the Bruins. They've spread things around, but now Olsen in double digits with 10 kills.
Yeah, and you know, Olsen has a swing. It's a little bit different. It's not like this crazy top spin, hard hit. It's kind of a flat side spinny thing. Looks like it's hard to get a good clean dig on.
That one tooled off the block. Again, it's Kiki Horn. And she's in double digits now. She's got 10 kills. So UCLA spreading the offense out. Also doing a great job on the service line. That ball just in as Becca Kelly, who's been quiet tonight, comes up with just her third kill.
And it really looked just like such a natural swing for her. And it's just that. Her natural swing is that thumb down, you know, which when you're on the right side, that's the line shot that you're seeing. And Coach Williams, he said, you know, Becca Kelly could be a great right side if we ever need her.
TCU with a partial block. And that time, Gibson was trying to cut that ball across court. Ended up hitting the tape. An attack error on the Horned Frogs and Jalen Gibson.
And it looks like Gibson needs a little confidence boost, a little something. It seems like she wanted to do something kind of tricky with that ball. Maybe she didn't feel like she could take a swing. But she needs to look to her setter. She needs to talk to Lily and tell her what she needs and say, hey, come on.
Katie Riley with the service error. That's the 6th on the Bruins. They do have 5 aces, though, because they've served significantly better since the first set.
That's right. I mean, even if it's not an ace by the Bruins, they've gotten the Horned Frogs in a lot of passing trouble.
Dug out by Volpe, and that one tooled off the block. And again, you see the power swing. That ball was on the left side and ended up almost in our lap.
Yeah, I mean, I think also the Bruin blockers, it's just shows their hands are faced in a certain way. If they're not stopped and pressing straight over, it's going to end up in a tool.
Coming right back. Lavalette. She's been quiet since the first set. She had got off to a really hot start.
She did, and I think they kind of shied away. The Bruins have, it seems like they've shied away from her, but I'm looking at it. She's had 27 attempts. So the most out of anyone on the Bruins squad. Definitely someone that the Bruins are going to need to get hot again and get back in this match.
And again, Melanie Parr showing a versatility. Selects to not swing hard at that one, just took a little something off and caused some problems for the UCLA defense.
And I think that's why, you know, the 5'11", you know, Melanie Parra can handle as many sets as she gets because she doesn't take a huge swing on every single ball. She's so smart about it.
Tipped kept alive. Gibson setting Melanie Parra. Good defense by the Bruins so far, and they are able to score as Dotson with an awkward swing, but it gets the job done as it deflects off the Horned Frogs.
Yeah, and Dotson chipping away. She's keeping herself in the game just by her aggressive play. You know, not only blocking, but just getting up. She wants to win. She wants to lead this team.
There's Levelette for UCLA on the outside.
And Leverett getting heated up here, just virtually no approach. I mean, she's a step close, and then, hey, I have like a 10, I have a huge vertical. Just athleticism right there, and able to take a big swing.
Melanie Parra dug out on the backside by UCLA. It was Ome who came up with the dig. And TCU really going after Melanie Parra, or setting Melanie Parra on the outside. Rightfully so. That ball is long. UCLA lobbying momentarily for a tip. And I think they gave up on that argument pretty quickly.
Yeah, they realized that was a really, really out ball.
Well, just exactly what we expected from this matchup here tonight. Both teams back and forth all night long. Kept alive somehow by UCLA, and that one off the hands of the TCU blocker.
And Leverett just getting heated up. You know, what a great save, by the way, by Dotson on that serve. Wow, okay. And then, you know, just back bumps it, and Leverett, you know, she was coming in like a freight train on that one.
At the service line, Sydney Brown. Parra off the back row attack, gets the tip. Parra ended up underneath the net, kind of came up a little gingerly.
Yeah, I think, you know, something about the broad jump, hitting that back row ball, so you can jump behind the 10-foot line, but you can land anywhere in front of it. So I think it was just a big jump and landed really close to the net, and there were a lot of people standing there.
Set to the outside, and that ball out. A little bit long as Kiki Horn tried to find some space on the end line. Timeout on the floor, TCU and UCLA. Frogs on top by 1.
Do you need assistance?
The Wild Robot is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever.
Did anyone order me?
It's not just the best animated movie of the year.
Do you need assistance?
It's one of the best movies, period.
I will protect you.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday when life doesn't wait for you to get paid? Introducing MyPay from Chime, a revolutionary new way of getting your pay when you want. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. When any day is payday, it's a good day. Get paid when you say with MyPay. Get started at Chime.com.
Intuitive tech at every touch. The new 2025 Hyundai Tucson.
Horned Frogs with a 1-point lead here in the third set. We're knotted up at a set apiece. Jason Williams huddling with his team. On one hand, he's probably happy that they're leading by a point, but they've been a little sloppy here in this third set so far.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Melanie Parra, she's the standout. She's getting a lot of the action on the Horned Frogs side. But I think the challenge for the Frogs is to get everyone in the game here, because they're going to need them. You know, the score is so tight, it can go anywhere. So that's kind of the challenge that they've got to work on.
Dug out nicely on the back row. There's Gibson. Going for the tip. TCU's able to get it over somehow on the 50-50 ball. Out of bounds as Becca Kelly was there for the joust. Just had it spin off. And a point for UCLA.
And although it seems like backwards, usually the shorter player wins those jousts. So in this case, Kate Duffy is sitting at 6 foot. Becca Kelly was there. She's big. Yeah, it's the way of the world.
And all about leverage there at that point. Melanie Parra on the receiving end. There's Becca Kelly, the big swing.
And the Frogs are going to need a lot more of that from Becca Kelly. It's just, I think that's exactly that ball that Kelly wants. A little bit of height, still some speed on it. It's too easy for her. If they can do that more and more, they're going to just get a lot of confidence going and a lot more out of Becca Kelly.
Side out. As that ball cut a little too sharply by Kiki Horn.
And Kiki Horn, she hit that shot very well all set. And, you know, it's a matter of time. The block is going to make a change on the Frog side. The defense is going to shift.
That one tooled off the block on the swing by Briscoe, the redshirt freshman. The one thing about UCLA, they got a lot of height. Briscoe checks in at 6'4". He had 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, and you know they're able to, you know, run lots of different plays well. They're good in front, behind the setter. So not only 6'4", but dynamic.
Tooled off the block on the swing by Jalen Gibson.
And you know, I think Gibson can be happy with a swing like this. It's not a pretty one. It's a tool trickling in front of the blocker's body at the net. But hey, a kill is a kill.
That one, somehow Gibson got it over. It looked like more of a soccer play than a volleyball play, but can TCU get this one over? They do. Great defense by the Horned Frogs. Pancake dig by Nicholson, and Parra able to get it over. Just great defense by the Horned Frogs. And that time unable to keep it off the floor. Just too many opportunities for UCLA in that exchange. Some great defense by the Horned Frogs, but you can't keep going back to the well.
And wow, one of those rallies that just, if you appreciate good volleyball, you're cheering for everyone right now. Lots of great plays, swings, defense, setter decisions, the whole bit. If we were in Hawaii right now, the whole crowd would be going wild. They just appreciate good volleyball over there.
There's the tip by Gibson, kept alive by UCLA. Blocked. TCU's gonna have to try and get it over, and there's Melanie Parra. And again, a nice job by UCLA. Bramschreiber. Parra had it blocked, and that ball is just inside the line. And it wasn't in by much.
That's such a tough one. It's a great high swing, and that's why that block ends where it does, because she's swinging so high that it's, you know, it's not like she's under the ball and it's a straight down roof. So it's really great effort.
Parra comes right back with her 26th kill. If you're wondering what her career high is, it's 34, and she's done it twice.
Well, I think she's well on the way to meeting that or surpassing it. I mean, third set here.
And we're going to play at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
And UCLA answers back with a great line shot. That time off the swing by Grace Olson.
Yeah, and by now the Frogs know that Olson, she likes the line, and I'm sure Para is just talking to herself right now. Okay, I'm not going to let that happen again. Great swing by Olson.
Kat Lutz with the serve. That one clipped to tape. Gibson had it partially blocked. And then nice swing in the middle by Dodson.
So the Bruins have Dodson, Olson, Leverett in their front row right now.
This is a good rotation
what do you think about
for
that?
UCLA right now.
It's a good rotation to be in at 2019, that's for sure.
Timeout taken by TCU. We get a look at Olson, who now leads the Bruins with 11 kills. Leverett with 10. Horn has 9. On the other side for the Horned Frogs, we've mentioned Melanie Para's 26. Jalen Gibson, second on the team right now with 7, but not a whole lot from anyone else. Roberson has 4. Sylvester with 3, but she's been quiet since the first set. Kelly with just 3. And you know, you've said it a couple of times, if TCU is going to win the match, they're really going to have somebody else step up and take the load off of Melanie Para. Not that she can't do it herself, but just a little bit more difficult.
Well, yeah, I mean, UCLA is too good of a team to just have Melanie Para beat them. You know, that the Bruins have a pretty spread out offense, as you just mentioned, and TCU does not. And I even think if TCU can get their middles the ball a little bit more. You know, you compare the middles from the Bruins, the middles to TCU. Anna Dodson is definitely getting way more sets than any middle on the court, rightfully so. But yeah, I think absolutely keep going to Melanie Para. It's working, but is it enough?
That's what we're going to find out as the third set is winding down. UCLA will have the serve out of the timeout. Lutz will be back at the service line. She's been very good there, not just in this set, but all night long. And she was really instrumental in the second set victory for UCLA. Gibson had it blocked, and TCU is going to have to try and keep it alive and get it over. Para able to do so. Frogs with the block. They haven't had a lot of them at just their 4th. That's a big one.
That is a big one, and really great effort by Alexis Robertson in closing that block, just doing her best to get there and get those hands. I mean, I'm not even sure if her hand was hardly up. But hey, it was facing the right direction inside the court of the Bruins.
Leverett with the kill. Well, Leverett now with 11 kills.
And not only Leverett, but all the Bruins just, they're in sync. They've all, you know, woken up. They're kind of, it seems like they're in their rhythm now. They're all doing good things.
And they've really been good at the service line, causing a lot of problems for the Horned Frogs. That ball tipped at the net, so TCU will even things up at 21 off another kill by Melanie Para.
And a really risky swing. It was such a tight high ball set for Melanie Para. She just, man, good thing she can jump, because lots of sprained ankles can happen in those scenarios.
Para at the service line for the Horned Frogs. That ball just out. As Becca Kelly tried to get that ball down just along the line.
And, you know, that's every intention by Anna Dodson there. It's kind of, you know, the push and the wipe technique where, you know, you want to tip the ball and you want to tool it off the block. So all of her intention was to get that ball off of Becca Kelly's hand.
Melanie Parra, the back row attack. Kept alive, but not over. UCLA with a 2-point lead. Closing in on the third set victory here. And timeout taken by Jason Williams.
And some big defensive plays by the Bruins too. It's what's keeping them in this 23-21 score. Some big, you know, Melanie Parra has not taken anything off her swings. The Bruins are just kind of, they're digging very well. They're doing a great job defense and then converting the ball too into a hittable ball. So, you know, that last play we saw, just putting up a good set and getting those hitters in a great position to have an option to swing. So, you know, I think setter Kate Duffy for the Bruins doing a great job. UCLA 42 kills and 8 blocks. So there you go. TCU 4 blocks for the match so far. So defense, there you go. Not only the blocks, the digs. Those are all considered defense. So.
And with the scores as tight as they've been, UCLA winning 25-23 last set, ahead by 2 here. You know, those extra blocks and just that 1 or 2 points you get off of a great dig or, you know, a ball that looked like it was going to hit the floor and you're able to save are the difference.
Well, and not to mention the energy it brings to your team too. Everyone knows, like, if you have dug Melanie Parra, you know how good you would feel? You know, and then your team sees that and it kind of just spreads. So
Jason Williams talking to Melanie Parra here. The other thing I think UCLA really has cleaned up in this match is their serving. They've really caused some havoc on the receiving end for the Horned Frogs. The Frogs have been receiving them. They're just not then able to turn that into really good ball handling, you know, and getting a good set. And there's a big mistake by UCLA out of the timeout.
And that's definitely a break for the Horned Frogs to get another opportunity here. Now you take a look at the front row for the Horned Frogs. You've got setter Lily Nicholson is in the front. And here we go. We're getting a sub. Wow, we have not seen Evan Hendricks. I didn't know she was available today.
We talked about her at the top of the broadcast, or early in the broadcast, a freshman out of Scottsdale, Arizona. #1 ranked player out of Arizona. She's been out with an injury and comes in at a crucial time here in the third set. And there's the block. A triple block set up by the Horned Frogs. And we're tied at 23. And now UCLA wants a timeout.
And really nice job by Becca Kelly getting all the way over there. That was the game plan. I think Coach Williams said, hey, we know who they're going to set. Get over there, Becca. Triple block. She had plenty of time. And by the way, the Evan Hendricks substitution, Evan Hendricks is not a setter. She's an outside hitter. So her coming in for Lily Nicholson, you might be wondering, oh, well, who would set the ball if they dig? Well, a lot of times you'll see teams do that if they need to have a bigger block in just for 1 point. And that actually, it worked that time, right? Evan Hendricks got subbed in. They blocked. Now if TCU would have dug the ball, okay, what's the plan there? Usually, hey, the libero is going to set. You know, she's going to bump set. Or, hey, Evan, set a high ball. Or, hey, middle blocker, set a high ball. So that's something that a lot of teams will practice, you know, just for that 1 point scenario. Hey, we got to get a blocker in. Doesn't matter if they're not a setter. And most of the time, oftentimes, setters like Lily Nicholson are just, you know, little bit undersized compared to the hitter they're blocking. You know, in this case, Kiki Horn, you know, so 6'2" is tough to stop.
It's interesting, Hendricks is not very tall. She's only 5'9", but she can jump.
And, you know, Coach Jason Williams, he did mention, hey, you know, physicality-wise, Hendricks is like a Melanie Parra. I mean, they're the same build. They fly. They're just like a human whip. So I am very excited to see what Evan Hendricks can do once she can kind of get on the floor a little bit more.
TCU with the serve. Bram Schreiber will serve. Tipped and kept alive by the Horned Frogs. Kelly got it over. TCU able to dig it out. The Bruins go to the off-speed ball. Bump set for Becca Kelly. Kelly with the cross-court kill. Set point Horned Frogs.
And it's really cool to see the game plan work. So there you see the libero Seth Bram Schreiber bump setting the ball to Becca Kelly. Everybody on the Bruins side knows where the set is going, and Kelly still comes up with a kill.
Timeout taken by the Bruins. Both teams wanting to talk things over now. TCU on a 3-0 scoring run. They were trailing 23-22. And able to come back and get the set point here.
And you know, kudos to the Jason Williams and staff for just, hey, now's the time to just give them a different look, right? And it doesn't even mean, you know, it could be Evan Hendricks, it could be somebody else, but yeah, get someone else in there. Let's change it up. The same thing, if the same thing keeps happening over and over again, let's just try this. What's the worst that can happen, right? It's such a tight game, and so I just love that, trying those plays that probably they practice in the gym and rarely use in a game, but it's working now for them.
And again, the trust that he has developed in this team. You know, we saw it earlier with the last set with Nicholson trying to come up with that dump that led to a set point opportunity for UCLA. They eventually won it. And here, you know, just taking the setter right out of the match and saying, okay, well.
Right, and Jason Williams was a setter, so he knows. He knows what's going on in Lily Nicholson's mind, and you know, I'm sure that trust between Coach Williams and Lily Nicholson is tremendous. It's so important.
Set point for the Horned Frogs. Seth Bram Schreiber will serve. UCLA sets the left side. Bram Schreiber with the bump set for Becca Kelly. They go right back to Kelly, and she comes up short. Attack error. And now Nicholson will check back in. Hendricks will come out of the game.
So back to normal for the Horned Frogs side. Lily Nicholson back in to be the setter, to run the offense. But, you know, tied up game here. Excuse me. Yes, I was right.
Melanie Parra on the pipe attack. That one off the block, and it's set point once again for the Horned Frogs. Nicholson will serve. Second set point for the Horned Frogs. That one's long, and TCU will take the second set by a final score of 25 or 26-24, but before the set ends, the challenge card came out of the pocket of Alfie Riff.
And I always love this game point. So are they going back on the court to play, or is everyone switching sides? I'm going to say we're switching sides after this.
The call was out, not touched at the net. UCLA wanting to take a look at this to see if this ball was tipped at the net. And the look we just had a moment ago, I don't think You could tell. Let's see if we can see here. It looks like the ball, I don't know. Hard to tell if it just tipped the TCU finger.
Definitely a big swing by Kiki Horn. I mean, she was coming in on that one, man. She's like, I'm getting us back in this game. I don't know though. My thing is I didn't see the ball change direction or any heat come off of it, because you know sometimes when it hits a finger, it'll look a little slower, but no, it was just a big, heavy, hard hit.
Well, we'll get the call right here, and the ball was tipped. So the call is reversed, and we will play on here. I'm not sure. I guess it was Sarah Sylvester's finger who clipped it. I'm not sure, at least on the looks we had, that there was enough evidence to overturn the call, but obviously the look that the referee had told him something different. So we're tied at 25. You got to win by 2. UCLA now will have the serve, and for TCU, this is a tough spot because you thought you had to set 1, and now you got to regroup, and you got to do it quickly. There's the tip, kept alive by UCLA, and there's the block, but it's out of bounds, and it's set point UCLA.
Wow, what an exciting turn of events here. So much fired energy from both sides of the net right now. Another just big, big swing by Kiki Horn, and a great block, but angling out.
Set point for UCLA. Back to serve, Audrey Pack. Para from the back row. That set was behind her. There goes the tip, kept alive by TCU. Melanie Para on the back row attack. And she gets the tip at the net and the point for the Horned Frogs.
And Melanie Para mentioned the back row attack is her favorite attack. She did mention, well, usually I have just one blocker. Well, she has 2 very big blockers on that swing, yet she still saw them, found a way to make a nice high swing out of that.
Alice Volpe at the service line for the Horned Frogs. That ball is out. Trying to cut that one hard cross court was Kiki Horn. And it's set point number 3 for the Horned Frogs. Volpe taking a deep breath. Able to put this one in play. There's the set in the middle. That ball long. This time, nobody there to touch it for the Horned Frogs. And TCU able to win it.
And what a great effort by both sides of the net there. Just, you know, big swings, out balls. Wow. I'm ready for more of it, Chuck.
Some great volleyball being played here tonight. The teams will switch sides. We'll take a break. TCU on top, 2-1.
There are those who see the world through a different lens, who take risks, who are willing to make a stand. Because trails, they aren't blazed by the timid, but by the bold. For 150 years, TCU has been creating the next generation of leaders. To think audaciously, care compassionately, lead heroically. And now, it's our turn, our time to lead on.
Frog fans, the 2024 volleyball season is here, and we're fired up to start the season off with a bang. You won't want to miss out as your Horned Frogs host big matches against UCLA, Arizona State, Baylor, Houston, and many more. We'll be bringing the action all season long at Schollmeyer Arena, so purchase season or single game tickets today by visiting gofrogs.com.
The 2024 soccer season is here, and you won't want to miss a minute of the action. Join us as we kick off the TCU fall sports season with excitement and energy. This year, we're gearing up for thrilling home matches against top-tier opponents. Get ready for an unforgettable season of goals and glory at Garvey Rosenthal Soccer Stadium. Be a part of the excitement. Secure your season or single game tickets today at gofrogs.com.
Well, they always say when the stakes get high, the best players come out, and that's what Melanie Parra has done tonight.
She has definitely been the clutch player for the Horned Frogs, hitting from everywhere pretty much on the court, showing all her different angles, her different shots. It's nothing new, really, for the Horned Frogs offense and their game plan. It's what I noticed, Chuck, is how she closes a set. So just such a high-intensity game. 29 kills so far, more to come from there, and hitting for 11. So that's 6 errors and 56 attempts. I mean, that's so hard to do, especially against a team like the Bruins. And then for UCLA, you've got Horn, big hitter. Not the best hitting percentage, but still a big contributor. And then, hey, Olsen, Leverett, still contributing. Although Olsen, I will say, did get a little bit quiet for the Bruins. I wouldn't be surprised if going into this 4th set here, if we see more of her getting a lot more balls.
Jalen Gibson chipping in 7 kills and 10 digs for the Horned Frogs as they take a 2-1 lead here in the match. The Frogs won that set on a 3-0 scoring run. And of course, Melanie Parra with 29 kills, as you mentioned, her career high is 34. She's done that twice, and if she continues along the way she is so far tonight, I wouldn't see, I'd be surprised if she doesn't break that record.
Well, and what's so impressive too is, you know, if you compare, you know, the whole tournament, so yesterday, the levels was quite different, right? So Prairie View, Commerce, Parra's still, she's even keeled. She's consistent. She's playing the same way now that she played against the teams yesterday. So just showing that she's a clutch player. She knows what she's going to do. She has a lot of control over her body. And, yeah, it's beyond impressed. I mean, we're going to continue to talk about Parra, so just get ready.
Well, here in the fight in the 4th, this is the 3rd game that she's played, or 3rd match that she's played, and she now has 69 kills in 3 matches. And
I don't even, I'm going to try to remember the attempts. It's over 100 for sure. So yeah, I would say big weekend of rest after this for Melanie Parra.
Well, she's putting on a show in front of her family from Mexico, that's for sure. TCU with the serve here to start the 4th set. Lavalette had it blocked. Now we talk about UCLA. Let's take another look at this first. You see the great block, but you know, UCLA has a storied tradition. Obviously, you've been part of it. You know, 7 national championships. Even though they were down a little bit last year, this is still a blue blood volleyball program, and it would be a big win for TCU, even though they're not ranked, should TCU come away with the win. And that ball blocked, but out as it's tooled off the block.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think, yeah, you're talking to the wrong person here. UCLA, I mean, you think of volleyball, you think of legendary, right? It's a history that was created over so many years and so many national championships, and it still is out in the air today. I would say it's fizzling a little bit with the Pac-12 not being around, but you know, the West of the country used to rule the national championships, and it's kind of taken a turn. And yeah, but you're right, you know, TCU, hey, I didn't know who TCU was when I played at UCLA, honestly. I didn't know, but hey, look at them now. It's pretty cool to see.
That ball floated to the back line. And the kill that time for the Bruins by Leverett.
And, you know, Leverett is finding a way to get a kill, right? I think she's been a little bit hot and cold. I can't figure it out. I feel like when she swings, she's doing great. It's just she's not taking swings all the time, I guess is what you can say. But, hey, finding a way to get a kill. That's what matters.
Backside set for Gibson. And the Frogs will pick up the point. And going back to your comment a moment ago about the demise of the Pac-12 and all, but for UCLA, they're going into arguably a tougher volleyball league right now. You know, you're talking about Wisconsin and Minnesota and Ohio State, all of those programs in the Midwest, which have been really good lately.
Oh yeah, when you look at their, you know, upcoming schedule, it's just like, oh my, jaw dropping. I mean, it's tough. It's going to be tough for them. And, you know, their first year in the Big Ten, too, it's definitely no easy fit. And I think Coach Reft, he definitely understands that. And that's why, especially his second year in the program, focused on, hey, this culture. Hey, let's get these athletes. Let's get them back, right? Let's get them on board, happy, good experience. And then, okay, let's go.
Dotson with a service ace for the Bruins. That's the 6th of the match for UCLA. And the 2nd for Dotson. Melanie Parra kept alive by UCLA on a great dig. Backside set for Gibson coming out of the back row. That ball long. Side out TCU. Probably should have thrown Penn State into the mix of great volleyball teams in the Big Ten also. Melanie Parra will serve here for the Horned Frogs. That one a little bit long. Just didn't get quite enough topspin on it to get it to come down soon enough.
And she knows, you know, it's all about that toss, and it's getting it right to a T and kind of getting that sweet spot. Anytime you see a jump server, it's all about that toss.
Henry Pack with the serve for UCLA. Kept alive by TCU on a great dig by Gibson, and another kill attempt. That goes long.
And, you know, going through Melanie Parra's mind right now is, you know, she's thinking, she's blaming herself. And that's the thing. Not to say that that's necessarily bad. She's looking at herself first. Hey, what can I do better? What do I need to do to fix that set?
Becca Kelly with the cross-court kill.
And TCU can use more of Becca Kelly and more of this exact Becca Kelly. I mean, I think I've, you know, after this is what, our 3rd match, you know, I think I know Becca Kelly now. I think I've got my finger on, you know, what she wants, what she's going to be. Big hitter for TCU coming up.
Nicholson with the set in the middle, dug out by the Bruins after the tip at the net. That one just inside the line. And the kill belongs to Olsen. And the big 3 tonight for the Bruins, Leverett, Olsen, and Horn, all stacked up with 12 kills apiece, except for Leverett, who has 13. And there's what you called for a minute ago, Becca Kelly. That's a big swing from her.
The kaboom Becca Kelly is what we just saw. And I like that. I'd say, you know, a little bit more kaboom.
Float serve by the Horned Frogs. Quick set in the middle. And that ball just inside the line. Good kill that time up front in the middle. As UCLA uses their middles effectively, or have at least to this point. That kill that time by Brooklyn Briscoe.
Yeah, and great decision, you know, to go with the middle on that. Not many blockers are thinking, hey, 10-foot line, you're going to set a middle. It's good try there. It ended up in a kill.
Quick set in the middle again. This time TCU able to dig it out. That one tooled off the block on the swing by Leverett. And a run for the Bruins here, and they open up a 3-point lead.
Great utilization of the line there by Leverett. She has just a little sliver of it. She kind of lets the set come down and then just kind of goes cross body on that swing.
Service error by UCLA as Lutz tried to go down the line, missed wide. That'll break the run for the Bruins. Becca Kelly will serve. And they go back to Olsen on the right side. Cross-court kill for her.
And not only is Olsen difficult to block because of her height, she has the capability of hitting all sorts of shots. I mean, we've seen her go down the line a few times. That time, you know, one blocker, she just hits the seam like it's, you know, piece of cake. Another day.
Melanie Parra. That's number 30 for her.
I wonder, do you think Melanie Parra knows how many kills she has right now? Like, do you think she knows, oh, I'm approaching my career high again, no big deal?
Yeah, I would think she'd have a good idea, although
I don't think she does. I think she's just like, I'm just playing volleyball. You know, I think once you get like 59 attempts, you know, at some point you're just like, okay, I'm just like blubber right now. Like I'm swinging at balls, I'm roll shotting balls.
Side out for the Horned Frogs. TCU able to get the block up. UCLA does a good job to keep it alive. Leverett with the big swing, nice dig by Nicholson. That ball blocked. TCU trying to punch it over, but can't. We'll take another look at this swing by Melanie Parra, and a nice job at the net of getting the block up. And
yeah, you know, and I think little inside set, Parra kind of knew, all right, I'm going to go for this. Let's see what happens. She kind of shrugs it off.
Parra goes for the tip, kept alive, off the net. And that one is long. An attack error by Horn. And once again, we're locked in a close set. Aside from the first set where TCU closed it out with an 8-1 run, there hasn't been a whole lot of distance between these two teams. And UCLA comes back with the point.
Well, both teams also, you know, they get on these runs and then they want to serve aggressive. So you see a mistake in the serve or an ace, or it's kind of the same tempo, I guess, on both sides of the net. Lots of big swings, serve. Lots of big swings, service error.
And Dotson commits a service error here. Service error number 9 on the Bruins. That'll send Melanie Parra back to the service line as Dotson checks out on this rotation. Parra just missed. Goes short this time. Big swing by Brooklyn Briscoe.
Very successful on the slide attack. I like, you know, Briscoe. She's got a heavy arm. She swings quick. You know, I think that time the TCU blockers, they couldn't get up in time.
UCLA hitting 300 in this set. A little bit better than the Horned Frogs have been faring. Becca Kelly is starting to come to life here in this fourth set.
And, you know, I'm not sure if Becca Kelly realizes her importance, you know, especially in this moment, in this match. I mean, she is the key to kind of break away from this tight score.
TCU cannot handle that shot. That one goes off of the Horned Frogs into the crowd. Grace Olson again with the kill. Gives her 14 for the night. Katie Riley, the graduate student out of Manhattan Beach, went to Mira Costa High School, a very good volleyball program in Southern California. On the tip, Kelly able to keep it alive. Para out of the back row. 50-50 ball, and little Lily Nicholson wins it at the net. She won the joust. You've said it a number of times. Sometimes the shorter player wins.
And there you have it, you know, and what a tough rotation for the Horned Frogs to get out of, and they got out of it right in time. Just didn't let the Bruins get any points in that tough rotation for them.
That ball in the net. The block was there, but Leverett came up short. There'll be an attack error on the Bruins. Lily Nicholson will serve for the Horned Frogs. Goes to the floater. And on the outside, Leverett uncorks the kill. And a timeout taken. We're in the fourth set. TCU leading it 2-1. Bruins have a 1-point lead here in set number 4.
Mama. I will protect you. I will protect all of you.
The Wild Robot is the best animated movie of the year.
You are ordered to return home.
We have to help her.
I am already home, and I am a wild robot.
The Wild Robot, rated PG, in theaters September 27.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday? When life doesn't wait for you to get paid. Introducing MyPay from Chime, a revolutionary new way of getting your pay when you want. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. When any day is payday, it's a good day. Get paid when you say with MyPay. Get started at Chime.com.
Did you know that if you shave, 1/3 of what you remove is skin? New Dove helps repair it. So if you shave it, Dove it. New Dove. Replenish your skin after every shave.
The fight in the fort, UCLA leading the fourth set, 15-14. TCU on top 2-1. We've been talking all night about your college career as a UCLA Bruin. So let's take a look at young Katie Carter in a UCLA uniform back in 03 to 06.
You know, I have no comment, really. I mean, you know what I really think about that picture, but no, it absolutely loved my time at UCLA. It was my dream school to go to. I think I turned down every official visit, even from every college. Just said, yep, I'll be there. I'm going to leave Colorado in the snow, and I'm going to get on over to LA and just, yeah, enjoy it.
A stellar career as a Bruin. Well respected. I mean, the coaching staff, they all know you. You've been part of the, you know, obviously stayed close to the program all these years. But it's great to have you as a Horned Frog.
Yeah, you know, split household, we'll say, split household. No, I got to bleed purple. Hector might beach volleyball. TCU, that's where it's at.
That ball long. And the point belongs to UCLA. And another set that's going nip and tuck. Grace Olson at the line to serve, and she comes up with an ace. Bramschreiber tried to go down to the floor to dig that one out. Could not do it. That's ace number 7 for the Bruins here. Nicholson with the set for Jalen Gibson, who's been kind of quiet here in the 4th set.
Not quite there, though. Such a big swing with Gibson. You know, kind of pushed over to that right side of the court, the net, rather, with Lily Nicholson. But, man, just, you know, there's something to be said about, hey, you know, forget about everything. Forget about this whole match, what's happened. Just go for the ball. Just take a big swing.
We go to the outside for Leverett, and that ball wide. Leverett tried to go down the line. Side out Horned Frogs. And we're tied at 17.
You know, and I think Leverett, too. Take a swing, take a big swing. We're at that point in the match. You know, let's go. Let's, sometimes it's easy to just think too much about where to place the ball.
Melanie Parra with another kill.
And Chuck was ready to set that dig.
Another ball in my lap. We can go a whole season in that. Never happens.
I know. Good catch. I'm glad you're safe.
I'm here to save you all.
Yeah, we'll work on the overhand digs before next home game, just in case this happens again.
Yeah. May have to go to the pancake dig.
Yeah. Well.
Well, I've learned my lesson. I've been hitting the head enough from time to time that when they're coming this way, put your hands up.
Yeah, and you know, it happens. Hey, at least it wasn't when you're at like a baseball game. That would be bad.
Yes.
If you were hit then.
TCU has taken the lead here, 18-17. UCLA calling that last time out after the kill by Melanie Parra, who's now got 31 for the match. You know, Gibson's into double digits now. She's got 10 kills, but we mentioned a moment ago when she picked up the kill that, you know, she's been kind of quiet. And you talked about Becca Kelly, who now has 7, and the need for the Horned Frogs to get her into this match, as you see her there on the bench. They need Gibson and Kelly to kind of pick up the slack so that it's not all on Melanie Parra's back. Even though we know she's capable, it just gives UCLA's defense one more thing they have to think about.
Well, definitely, and you know, it brings me to something that Coach Jason Williams said about Becca Kelly and Jalen Gibson about, hey, we can flip-flop them. We could put Jalen Gibson on the outside and Becca Kelly on the right side. And I wonder if that's something that is kind of gone through his head tonight. Again, just something that, hey, it might not work, but it could be a different look. Jalen Gibson was an outside hitter. She was recruited to TCU as an outside hitter, so very capable of playing on both pins.
Dotson with a big swing on the right side. Picks up her 8th kill of the match.
And, you know, Dodson, not only her size, but she connects well with the setter, number 1. Number 2, she's got a quick arm. So really frustrating to block, I can imagine.
Coming off the slide there. Ties things up at 18. Nicholson setting Parra, goes to the tip. Great job by UCLA to keep it alive. And there's Melanie Parra just swatting that ball out of the air and find some open space.
You know, it's almost like Melanie Parra just said, I'm gonna press that elevator button and just, whoop, I'm gonna be in the air and I'm gonna just throw this ball right down. And she made that look very easily, actually. I don't know that many people could just spring up like that.
That one tooled off the block by Dotson. But, you know, Melanie Parra is kind of like, you know, one of those scorers in hockey or, you know, any other sport that they just seem to have a nose for the ball and being able to, score when others can't on shots that, other people might swing and miss or.
Yeah, like just kind of be like weird, like just be funny with it. Play volley, play,
Yeah.
play sports.
That one off the fingertips of the block. Melanie Parra now with 32 kills. We've told you a couple of times, 34 is her career high. And the superlatives, you just run out of them after a while.
Exactly,
Service ace.
And
there's her dad.
Oh yeah, look at how proud he is. And wow, so cool for Melanie Parra to have her family here. Her birthday was yesterday.
And to play
playing
like
against
this.
a great team and playing like this.
The great parents' weekend for her and her family. Becca Kelly. UCLA able to pick up the kill. Brooklyn Briscoe. She hasn't had a lot of kills. That's just her 6th, but timely one here.
Oh, definitely. It was kind of like the Melanie Parra turn and get the ball over scenario we saw a few plays before. And it's one of the middle blockers' jobs at the net to just like man the net, get all the junk out of there.
Off the net, that ball off the block. Good job of TCU reacting to that ball off the net after the serve by Pack. Kept it alive and gave Becca Kelly an opportunity.
Yeah, Becca Kelly, I like how she stays behind the ball. She's not running in. She just kind of waits for, okay, Lily's playing this ball to the net. I got to wait and just do my best and lure a block out there.
Cecily Bramschreiber will serve for TCU. Bump set to the outside. That one tipped in the air and a ball handling error on UCLA. A big moment to come up with a mistake. As that time, Ome.
And, it's merely just a timing issue. If Ome would have waited before she took an approach, she would have been able to get a pretty good swing on that ball, but I think it just caught herself in a scenario. She took her approach too early, under the ball. Hey, I got to get the ball over, and then just ball handling error. So tough spot for UCLA to be in right now, and kind of, you can say a momentum shift for sure, and what they're going to do to come out of this.
On the other side, Jason Williams and his coaching staff talking things over. They want to make sure that they have what they want drawn up here with an opportunity to potentially win this match.
And I'd say the Horned Frogs feel, not only because of the score, but just on top right now. They've done some great things on their side of the net, and everyone is contributing. Melanie's separate from that. She's, carrying the team on her back. But yeah, I think I just have the feeling that the Horned Frogs feel more confident, more in a rhythm, like they've got this.
On the other side for UCLA, they're trying to come up with a plan here to win this next point, which will be crucial if they want to come back late here in the 4th set. We're talking about Melanie Parra, and obviously she's been great, but Jayla Gibson now is a double-double, 10 kills and 11 digs. She's also blocked a couple tonight. And Becca Kelly closing in, on 10 kills too. So late in this match, when they've needed some people to step up, those two have really done the job. Bramschreiber's serve. They go to the outside. That ball tipped. kept alive and over as Sarah Sylvester's able to bump it across. On the outside, Ome, who committed the ball handling error a moment ago, redeems herself with that kill.
Yeah, and you know, another look for TCU, right? A hitter they haven't seen yet. She's hitting at a different height, different speed, everything. So, you know, very smart by Coach Ref just to give UCLA some new blood out there. And a point right now is a big deal.
Katie Riley with the serve. Melanie Parra out of the back row, dug out by the Bruins. UCLA keeps it alive. They go to the outside. That one partially blocked. Bumps it for Kelly. And Becca Kelly with the kill. And TCU will have match point.
Wow, she's got to feel so good about that entire sequence. You know, the swing before that could have been an error. She kept it in. She got another opportunity and just went for her money shot. I mean, that sharp angle is her bread and butter. It's her natural swing.
The crowd on their feet here at Schollmeyer Arena. Nicholson floats it. Dug out. Nicholson sets Kelly. Set and match. Horned Frogs.
What a way to end the set and the match. So, you know, it goes to show Melanie Parra leading the team, carrying them on her back, but nevertheless, Becca Kelly, Jalen Gibson, what a team effort by the Horned Frogs.
When they needed the players to step up, Becca Kelly, the freshman, Jalen Gibson coming through big time. And the Horned Frogs come away with a statement victory against UCLA. And the Horned Frogs could find themselves moving up in the polls from 25, depending upon what happens in front of them. And for UCLA, I think this is a good stepping stone. Even though they lost, it was a tough battle here in a hostile environment. Horned Frogs end up 3-0 and only lost one set the entire weekend.
Yeah, they've got to feel great about their performance. Their first home tournament coming out like this, feeling great going into their next games for the preseason. I would say this is one of the best preseason performances up until now for the Horned Frogs.
And TCU's next game will be on Tuesday night here at home, 6:30 against crosstown rival UTA. What a great match. Two really solid volleyball programs meeting on the floor tonight. The Horned Frogs came out on top. For Katie Carter, this is Chuck Lamadola saying so long from Fort Worth, where the final tonight, TCU wins it 3-1. All games airing on the ESPN networks are archived. This has been a presentation of ESPN.
Do you require shelter? Your inefficient participation will slow the process. Just this once. Birds of a feather, we should stick together.
Home?
Home.
The Wild Robot. Rated PG. In theaters September 27th.
Why has America accepted the wait for payday? When life doesn't wait for you to get paid. Introducing MyPay from Chime, a revolutionary new way of getting your pay when you want. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. When any day is payday, it's a good day. Get paid when you say with MyPay. Get started at Chime.com.
class-leading safety features at every turn. The new 2025 Hyundai Tucson.
Who's that sexy thing I see over there? That's me, standing in the mirror. If I was you, I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me too. I'd wanna be me.